Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Today, we're going to have the privilege of interviewing a wonderful woman from Faith Farm Ministries. You've heard her before, and it's Carol Mahoney, and she is the assistant project manager there at Faith Farm Ministries. So, welcome. You love your job, and they love you.
First of all, it is such a pleasure to be here again, ANITA. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
And yes, I do love Faith Farm, and I love what we do for people. It's so rewarding to give people back their lives that addiction has so cruelly stolen from them.
And it's interesting you talk about that, and we all talk about that all the time, but years ago, it was really alcohol.
Yeah,
And
it
now
was.
it's a different addiction, isn't it?
We are in such a different time where now alcohol, of course, the companies want to make a profit, but the pharmaceutical companies, there's really nothing stopping them. And now alcohol is legal, but then, some people drifted off into the illegal drugs where they'd score on the corner, get addicted to heroin. These were also people that were on the fringes of society when we were growing up. It was just such a taboo. Where now you have a doctor prescribing you medication that has the potential of not only getting you addicted, but where, again, the numbers are just staggering. 160 to 190 overdose deaths.
Oh, that's horrible.
Every single day in this country. So the whole addiction pandemic has changed dramatically. But we also didn't understand a lot also about alcoholism as well, with the bums that wanted to live that way on the Bowery. And we really do have a better understanding that this is a disease, it's not really a lifestyle, and that a lot of those people were also mentally ill that were on the streets. And so our education level is much higher, and we're understanding a lot more than we ever did about addiction. But
Well, I always call Faith Farm the miracle place because it does so much. It's not only that people can get, let's say, I don't say cured, but that they get help, with their addiction. But it teaches many of them responsibility. It teaches them a job. It gives them friendship. It does an awful lot of things there. It is really, it is like a small city, isn't it?
yes, and that's why, again, I just have to bring it up so quick, how thankful I am for our donors, because they help Faith Farm out in so many ways. It's even hard to list them all here. But yes, one of the main functions of not only our thrift store donations, which we turn around and sell, but our monetary donations as well, go back into this program that people have tried everything before us. And a lot are turned away because they don't have $30,000 a month for rehabilitation. So we provide all of their needs. It's a faith-based program, and they're there for 10 months, so it's pretty successful.
When you think about it, though, and I've heard the story that many times after they can be released, they've actually gone to college that you have set up for him. And you can talk a little bit. It's Omega?
Yes, they do have the Omega work program at our Fort Lauderdale campus, which, again, in the program, they're not only getting comprehensive work skills that they can take with them once they graduate, but now when you're a graduate of Faith Farm Ministries Drug and Alcohol Recovery Program, if you go register at South Florida Bible College in Deerfield Beach, you automatically have 9 college credits just for doing the program. I know it's amazing. And just a shout out to Dr. Mary and Tom Drabeck, who run the college. They are such excellent, amazing people, and our partnership with them is it's priceless. So thank you to them for allowing us to offer the college credits to our students.
So that is a wonderful thing.
It is.
And we all know that when people do get in trouble and they wind up at Faith Farm Ministries, their self-esteem is pretty much so low because that's why they wind up. And yet I think when you attend one of their graduations, and I've attended so many, that you see their self-esteem has been built up. How do you think that happens?
It's an amazing experience, and it's funny to say, but each one is almost different, as individuals are different. Just the getting the brain back in order, besides, we are, like I said, a faith-based, so people have discovered Jesus, and that's a much more healthier lifestyle than being out on the street doing drugs and alcohol. But, also the lack of all of that disturbance in the brain, the science part of it is that these people are going through an amazing transformation back to themselves, I call it. They're rediscovering the wonderful person they were before they got addicted. So we get to see that beautiful person again at the graduations. And I used to always joke around with people that gave the testimonies. I used to say to them, one of these days I'm going to make it through a graduation without crying, but
Right.
Thus far it hasn't happened, because it's tears of joy to see this person that was literally living under a bridge,
And then seeing their family members
having
now, that's what I love.
having their family
Oh.
members. It's just a wonderful, it's everything you would imagine it would be and more.
Yeah, it really is. And so let's talk about one thing that people don't understand. It's not just a thrift shop. It's not that you bring things there and that you buy things. They do a lot of other things. So maybe it's time now for you to tell us what's the highlight coming up at Faith Farm Ministries.
Yeah, Anita, thank you so much for bringing that up, because even I was a patron of Faith Farm for 20 years and didn't really know what happened there behind the scenes. So we are much more than just selling couches, but we do sell very nice couches, so check them out. But we do have 2 events that are coming up that help us fund the whole micro enterprise there, which is, housing, clothing, feeding, providing curriculum to, and all of these people's needs that need to be met. We are participating in a fundraiser for nonprofits called Giving Tuesday. It's coming up that's the 27th of November, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving this year. And we don't have a lot of money to spend on advertising, so I'm asking all of you now, especially someone that has ever had to deal with somebody that's addicted, which is almost everybody now, that the cost of, we have 3 combined campuses. We have our Boynton Beach, we have one in Fort Lauderdale, which was the original that started up 66 years ago with Pappy Garland, and we have our Okeechobee campus, and we also, at Boynton, we have a women's campus. So there's a combination of about, when we're full, all the beds are filled, which is most of the time, about 422 students, roughly, give or take. But the cost just to feed people at the 3 campuses for 1 month, according to our accounts payable person that I asked this morning for the most accurate information, is about $75,000 a month.
Oh my goodness.
So we want to make sure that this Thanksgiving is everything for our students that it can be. A lot of these people, some of them do have families that show up at the graduations. Some of them have been abandoned by their family. Some of them have never had a family. So there's all types of situations, and we're really trying to raise money without spending a lot of money so we can give them the extras for the Thanksgiving that they all deserve, and some of them that they've never had.
Well, let me start it off. I'm going to give Faith Farm a check for $100 to start that off. And then let's hope all our listeners, let's say all of you listeners, wouldn't they be wonderful? And if you can't afford 100, give 10. But let's make sure you give something, because Carol's here and that we want to give to them, and we want to give to Faith Farm Ministries. I've said this often, that it's the one organization I give as much as I can, because I know, I see what you do. It's not behind executives and all. It's right there on the campus. And so let me show you how you can do this. Go on to faithfarm.org, faithfarm.org, and on the website you'll be able to donate. I know that it's all set up that way.
Correct.
And you can donate whatever you
right.
want, from 10 to 1,000. Listen, some of you, and we've talked about this, when you're writing your will, you know, and let's say you have a nice amount of money and you have to give some of it away, why don't you put Faith Farm in Ministries in your will? It will, because your life will live on. When you die, it lives on. It really does.
And we have people that have done that too. And it is just truly a blessing to receive that money. Not only the dollars themselves, but that this person is living on after life. It's just an amazing gift. I mean,
it is.
I just want to, again, thank all of our donors. We couldn't do any of this without you. And even the ones that are in heaven now, God bless you, and thank you for doing that for us.
Right. So now you have something that's even very exciting coming up. And I have been to these auto sales before. And it's not just autos. Why don't you tell us about that?
It's really exciting, and it's a lot of soul. We have boats. We've had buses donated before. All donation. We have, I think we're up to about roughly between 50 and 60 cars. We still have a couple weeks to go. We have an automotive department there. We have all these different types of departments that work on the cars and make sure they're in, you know, top shape for the auction. All you need to do is come with your $200 if you want to partake in the bidding. And that money, if you do purchase the car, the $200 is put towards whatever the final bidding price was. And if you do not purchase the car, you can get your $200 back, the security deposit back. Now, if you have bid and you are the final bidder, then at that time, you know, it would be a little bit more difficult to get your money back. But we're very fair with that. The money is applied to your car. And let me just add, being one that has had car payments since I'm 19 years old, how beautiful is it when you get that car payment paid off, when you don't have a car payment, when you have a car title. That is what you get, or a boat, or a motorcycle, or a bus, or whatever you buy, a trailer, whatever you bid on and buy from us, it is outright yours. There is no debt, and that is the most beautiful thing in the world.
And I know you drive the cars out. The ladies do that, don't they? I notice they do that.
Thank you for reminding me that. It's so much fun that day. The women students drive the car through the auction line. So not only do you get to look at beautiful cars, but you get to look at our beautiful women as well. And it's just an all-around fun day. And like I said, when you purchase that vehicle, whatever it may be, you can look around and see where the money goes and how people work so hard. And you can also talk to any of our students, and they will tell you the transformation that has occurred in their life because of Faith Farm. Go to our Facebook page, Faith Farm Ministries. You will see people from 1 year ago to 10 years ago to 20 years ago that are still clean and sober, and thank Faith Farm for everything that we did for them. But again, it's because of you that we're able to do it. There are people that donate cars to us. That's just,
and you know, and they're
amazing.
not great. I want to add that. I know that, but they're not in great condition. And that's why your guys and women are able to take that and make it look into shiny new.
They work on those cars diligently every single day, so you have a car that is in great shape. And spoiler alert, there's a Mercedes and a couple of Beamers there, which I've had my eyes on. So these are nice cars. I mean, these are donated by very generous, kind people who are blessed to be able to do that. And like I said, we have 2 full-time mechanics and all the helpers we need to get those cars in the best of condition. And a lot of people drive out of there debt-free for under $1,000. Can you picture
I've
that?
seen that. And the thing that you're just saying is very important. And let me just tell everybody, you're listening to this beautiful Carol Mahoney, who is the Assistant Project Manager at Faith Farm Ministries. And I'll give you actually the website again. It's faithfarm.org. And if you want to call them to make to have questions or something for a pickup, it's 737, well, it's 561, 737-2222.
Correct. And just one quick little note, Anita, also by the end of today, we are going to have the list of the vehicles, cars that will be at the auction on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page, and
on
our
website.
And our website, yes, on all 3 social medias. And so we're hoping to get that back by this afternoon. And also a couple of people have messaged me on Facebook that they want to see it, and I will personally message you back the list. So don't hesitate to ask what, of course, you want to see what the cars are, and we're more than happy to provide any information you need.
Yeah, and so we keep talking about cars, but when I was there last time I saw this, what they did is they did have boats, they did have trailers, they did have motorcycles. And now let's talk about the bidding. So you actually have an auctioneer. How does that work?
We do have an auctioneer. He's a professional auctioneer, and he takes care and trains to get all of the paperwork ready for you that day. So you don't have to call the DMV. You don't have to mess with any of that. We do all of, actually our auctioneer does all of that for us. And he's a real auctioneer with the voice and everything. I can't do it. Maybe.
Right.
He's a great guy too, and it really is
It's fun.
just a fun day. It's for a great cause, and it's a real auction.
Okay, so it's December
1st,
which is a Saturday, right?
It's a Saturday. It's the first Saturday in December. It officially starts at 10 p.m. The girls are waxing up and cleaning up the cars for the final shine at 9 o'clock. So, check it out. Please be there. You won't be sorry. Even if
Just
you
as
buy something,
just
it's
in
a
fact,
fun
I'm
day.
thinking about that. I have my radio show Saturday mornings, but I ought to tear up over there
We
afterwards.
do. Anita patronizes a lot of the things that we do, and she is so happy.
I
And
just
she
have
is
fun there, and I feel so good there.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And the beauty part is that it's December 1st, not July 1st.
December 1st, and
Nice, good, cool weather.
well, you also could think about it being a Christmas gift.
The possibilities are endless. What you can do with a car for, you're not going to find cars like this at lower prices. It's just impossible.
Do you have any mobile homes there?
Hey, listen, if someone wants to donate them, you have a mobile home to live in. It's incredible. But right now, like I said, we're going to get that list available to everybody. Hopefully no later than Friday this week, but we were promised it by the end of day today.
So you have campers and you have all sorts of things like that, don't you?
Whatever someone wants to donate, we'll auction off to the public.
That's great. And
It is.
So I also, let's go back to the actual thrift shop. It's very important. A lot
Please.
a lot of people know about dropping things off, but have you ever really gone in there? That's a whole thing in itself, isn't it?
And again, you will see people on Facebook just completely just livid with joy that the furniture, brand new Ashley furniture, brand new furniture donated by individuals, clothing, you name it, old vinyl records, artwork, for the prices that you would never find anywhere else. So our thrift store is the one-stop shop there, but you fill up your cart and it won't break you.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was just going to say. The prices are, there's 70% off a lot of times for the seniors and people. Prices are ridiculous, and I was once explained that the reason it's so low is they got to get it in and out. You don't have room to just keep loading up, so you just get rid of it.
and that's why we keep it very competitive, low pricing. Also, we have a newsletter that if you go to our website, we have what we call our VIP list, and you will be on our mailing list. You will find out about things like the auction. You find out about our sales, which are just obscenely low prices. I mean, it's just amazing. We're almost giving it away. We had our fundraiser event, the Night of Light. Anita was there.
Oh, yeah.
Had a beautiful time.
Yep.
So all of the goings on at Faith Farm, everything that is going on with us, if you send us your email address, you'll have all this information.
Well, I want to talk about some of the men, too, who I have met. I just want to share something that when we had our house and we were selling it, and then I called and I wanted you all to pick up everything you could. We were giving away my mother's piano, and we were on the second floor. And that was a tough thing, but they came. They were so professional. They were so kind. They were so smart. So thinking that these people were once addicted and that they, that they've now learned a trade, a business. You do so much, Carol, there.
First of all, we love these people because they come to us and they are not judged. A lot of us ourselves have had addiction problems. A lot of us have had sad childhoods, which leads a lot of these people to who they become later, and the transformation of them from that to having work trades. And not only that, but we pick up everything. If you live on a 9-story walk-up, we're going to go up those stairs with our...
Are there 9-story walk-ups now?
Yeah, well, not probably, thank goodness, because these guys will do it. So, but we do have condominiums, and people ask, well, it's on the second, it's on the third floor. That's not an issue.
But sometimes the elevators don't work, too. I have to tell you that, and they have to use the stairs.
Yeah, and I mean, these people are trained to have a job when they leave there. And there's all different types of the comprehensive work training program. One of them is we call it the trucks and dock, where they do pick up the furniture, they drop off furniture. We have a delivery service for people who buy the furniture. So that's just one of the many different things that they learn, and they get a certificate on their graduation day when they leave that most bring to their future employers. So, but I'm glad that you did bring up that we pick up everything, so nothing is refused. If you want to clear a place out, you know who to call.
Right. It's funny when I have people who say they're moving or something, I say, have you called Faith Farm? Give them everything you can, because there are other companies. I must say that, and that's a good time to do this. There are other places that call them thrift shops, but they're really not-for-profit. They really don't do what you all do. So be careful when you do that. This way you get a tax deduction, and
Absolutely.
you are helping an organization that's been in business 67 years, is it?
We're going on our 67th year soon.
It's just...
So, and it's an amazing story about the founder who was just in the beginning just taking men in that were alcoholics, feeding them, giving them a roof over their head, and releasing them. But then he kept seeing them come back. So he knew that he needed to do more than just to feed them and send them on their way. And they needed a program, and they needed faith in God to turn their lives around, and it works.
Well, Ben Starling, who I know very well, and he's a big philanthropist and wonderful guy, he's watching, and it's interesting to be able to see you and talk to you. Like, Facebook has been a marvelous thing, hasn't it, that you do now. I know when I get on your Facebook page, you show all the things that you're doing, and there's so many people there who are now so responsible and enjoying themselves. Because think about this, Carol. How many people who are in trouble, whether they're alcoholics or whatever they are, they don't know where they're going to get their next meal. They don't know where to sleep. They don't have any friends. And all of a sudden, this miracle place, I call it a miracle place, Faith Farm Ministries, brings them in with love, with arms wrapped around them. And of course, people have to adhere to the responsibilities, but they're not too hard. And then there's so many other people that feel their pain because they've been there. I know Troy has been on the radio show before, and he's a marvelous person. He
went through the program.
Yes, I know he
did.
He's our director
now. I believe it was 20 years ago. So, and many of us have. We all understand. We've walked through those shoes, so we understand that we don't have $30,000 a month to pay for a recovery program. We understand people need to eat, people need guidance, people need to learn boundaries, people need to get job experience, and some of them, it takes them a while for it to sink in that they're actually there, and that this is really happening to them, and that they are a miracle. So we can go on and on about what this program has done for tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people that were drug addicts, that were alcoholics, that hit their bottom. Thank God they didn't overdose and die, and came to our program, and they are just amazed at where they are today.
Well, and you talk about 100,000 people. See, everybody should understand that you yourself, that's one, but you have families, you have friends. Everybody is associated and affected. I have friends. I have friends, female friends who had sons who were doing perfectly fine, and all of a sudden they wound up with some sort of a problem medically, and they got onto the medications, and they got very seriously ill, and it was horrible, and the family suffered. So, you know, every time you come on, it's wonderful to have you, and this has been Carol Mahoney.
This has been beautiful.
I love when you come on. You look so good.
One of the most wonderful, excellent people, seriously, that I've ever met, and it's my honor.
Thank you.
To be your friend. Thank you.
It's
Anita.
my
And you
honor.
do so much for Faith Farm. We'll go over, so we have to stop it here.
Right.
But just, I'm so humbled by your
Ben
goodness.
Starling
Hi,
said,
Ben.
"Hi, Carol."
Hi, Ben. I friended Ben the same day after the
Oh,
show.
good. Yeah, he's a wonderful guy.
He's
He
a
is.
sweetheart.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you, Ben, for watching again. Nice guy.
He is. He is a wonderful man. And so thank you, Carol.
You're
And
welcome.
faithfarm.org. Remember, December 1st, Saturday, go to the auction. And then remember, Giving Tuesday, please put them on your calendar. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you. Bye, Anita. Bye, Ben.